Lots of boutique owners come to us asking if they should do paid marketing, how to plan out a paid marketing strategy. One question we get a lot, of course, is just which is best, organic or paid. Hey, my boutique brands and e-commerce friends. So for this video, we are taking a sneak peek at different kinds of marketing for your store, specifically organic versus paid marketing. Lots of boutique owners come to us asking if they should do paid marketing, how to plan out a paid marketing strategy. One question we get a lot, of course, is just which is best, organic or paid. Now, this is a big topic and it's really important to get it clear in your mind. So we wanted to do this video to just kind of shed a bit of light on the two different strategies and ways to go. The pros and cons of each, when you would want to use each based on where you're at in your business. And I'll also be giving my thoughts on which is best, based on our experience. So there might be some unexpected answers in here, so stick with me. And we will tell you everything we know. And P.S., while you're here, make sure to hit subscribe. Okay, let's dive into which is better for your Shopify store, paid or organic marketing. So first of all, what the difference is between organic and paid marketing. Number one, obviously, is the cost, right? But it's important to remember that it's not just about the dollar value. There's often a time cost as well. And number two is who sees it and how many see it, right? And when we say it, we basically mean your website here, right? So organic marketing, let's get into the benefits. It's free, and we say that in quotation marks because of the time thing. So it may not cost you dollars, but it is quite a bit of legwork, or elbow grease, I should say, in terms of time. But anyway, this is the benefit. So you can focus on organic search results like SEO. You can grow your audience. You're more likely to give warm or hot leads. When you're working on things in an organic way, particularly like on social media, there's a lot to the social proof and the trust that goes into that when people feel like they know you or they know somebody that knows you. Again, you're not just sending brand new, never heard of you, don't know anything about you leads to your website. It can give you data. It's good for your brand just in general. And it can be evergreen, just meaning that, some of the things that you're going to put in place on through organic marketing, like Pinterest is a good example, and SEO, right? These things, once you establish and actually have some traction there, they actually can continue to work for you without you having to constantly be in your Facebook group, right? So your Facebook group is a whole different strategy in terms of organic marketing. That really does take a lot of elbow grease. Now, SEO and Pinterest take a lot of elbow grease too, but once you get some of that traction, the post that you've already made can continue to work for you. So that's the idea of evergreen, something that's sort of a set it and forget it sort of a thing, right? So organic marketing, the drawbacks. It may be free in terms of money, but it uses up a lot of your time. Just like with any marketing strategy, really, it's a long game for results. And you're also competing with paid ads. So with paid marketing, the benefits are that you have direct access to relevant audiences and, generally speaking, quicker results. If you looked at a business that has grown solely organically versus ones that have implemented paid marketing. And you're able to gain a lot of data as you're doing your paid marketing, things that you can track in your Facebook pixel and your Google Analytics. And that data that you're basically paying for through your ads can help you make your ads stronger and just inform you of just help you make better marketing decisions going forward, right? The drawbacks, it's a cost. It's a big cost to really, really dig into it, right? So when and why should you do organic? Well, 58% of consumers visit a brand's social pages before even visiting their website. So it's important that you have that presence there and that you have some traction built up there organically. 74% of consumers rely on their social networks to make purchasing decisions. Again, there's a lot to be said for that trust of, knowing that you're not just some random company that showed up on an ad that they don't know anything about. Online stores with a social media presence have an average of 32% more sales than those that don't. So even if you're doing paid marketing, it doesn't mean you can neglect this other area, or all of those cold leads coming to your site, are going to be looking for reasons to trust and like you, and they need to be able to find those when they search you out. So search traffic generated 65% of total e-commerce sessions. 33% was generated through organic search, and 32% was generated through paid search. Again, just totally different ways to go. So should you do paid? And remember, we're talking about, like right now, we're not talking about a specific platform. Google offers, obviously SEO, which is free to work on yourself, or you could hire it out, but, or you can do Google paid ads. Same with Facebook. There's free ways to market on Facebook. There's Facebook ads. Every platform out there these days has the option for organic, or paid, and the challenges and benefits are just, different depending on the platform and, also kind of like where that platform is in their own, trajectory. Like if they're a newer platform, you have a little bit more of an advantage in terms of, really building up an organic following there. Especially if they're a brand new platform that doesn't even offer paid advertising yet. So, anyway, should you do paid advertising? No, if you don't have the budget and money to burn. This is what I like to say about paid ads is it should not be when you're struggling as a business and you need more revenue now. It should be when things are already going well, you've already proven that your business works, and you just want to improve everything and you have the profit, aka cash, to burn. Do you want to burn money? No, nobody wants to burn money, but you have to be willing to invest in more than just the monetary ROI, because it's going to take time and trial and error to get your ads just right to where they're actually working for you. So no, if you don't have the budget and money to burn right now. Yes, if you want to scale and drive traffic and sales. Paid search ads are in the top 3 most influential generators of website conversions, for example. So some top questions that we get, which is best, and how much to focus on each, paid versus organic. And unfortunately, as with so much else in business, it really depends. There is no straight answer. There is no magic bullet. I've seen it all after helping, hundreds, at over 1,000 at this point, e-commerce boutique owners. Some have success with paid ads, some don't. Some are doing ads themselves, some are outsourcing. And again, I've seen every sort of a combination that there could be. And it really just depends on your business. But bottom line is you want to have that traction going first and have the cash to burn in order to take the time to make your ads work for you. But some questions to ask yourself, who do you want to reach? Do you actually have the budget for it? Spending very little on ads here or there is like, why? You might as well not. Like ads are one of those things that like, you're going to go all in on or don't bother, because there is no middle ground on those. Do you have the bandwidth for it? This one is easy to ignore. Like if you're going to decide to invest a lot, say that you're going to outsource your ads to this amazing agency and you're also going to spend a lot per month, do you even have the inventory available to even earn all of that back? And if so, do you have the staff on your team that's ready to be able to ship that amount? It's a delicate balance. So these are things to think about. What platforms do you want to focus on? And, we here recommend focusing on like 1 or 2 and going all in and doing them really well versus spreading yourselves too thin and never really making the most of any one platform. And this is whether it's organic or paid marketing. And then wherever you decide to do paid marketing, make sure that you're also working that platform in an organic way as well. Where do your customers hang out? This is going to be a deciding factor. Like, don't go doing, the new TikTok ads if your ideal customer is not going to be hanging out there. Maybe they're a little bit older and they're just not on there. Keep these things in mind. And also, how will you measure your ROI? Because it might not always be so clear early on. And attribution is a little bit tricky anyway. So now, how do you make paid and organic work together, which is really the best thing to do when you're at the point in your business where you're ready for the paid. So use your social media to build your audience, right? And to continue to do that over time too. Have a goal that is not based, goals, I should say, that are not based on vanity metrics alone. Like I always say, like, screw your follower count. It doesn't mean a thing, even our Facebook page, which Facebook is still our primary platform for advertising, paid and organic. But we have, I don't know, we have about 2,500 followers on Facebook. That's not a number that I care very much about because it really doesn't even, you wouldn't see that and know that, we're nearly a 7-figure business. So focus on metrics that actually make a difference to your bottom line. So find and focus on a couple of sources to drive solid traffic. Again, don't spread yourself too thin trying to do all the things. Really hone in on 1 or 2 ways that are going to work for you and go all at those things. Use paid advertising to amplify and scale what is already working. So it's not something that if you're really struggling and you need the revenue and nothing's coming in, that's not the time to think that paid advertising might work for you. Paid advertising is when things are already working and you want to now amplify it. And there's just no other magic formula available. Good Lord, I wish there was. It's test and tweak, trial and error, repeat, Now, a note on outsourcing and using experts, which I do absolutely recommend, again, depending on where you are in your business. But from a CEO perspective, you simply cannot wear all the hats forever, especially not if you have these big, audacious goals, right? So, and often, and usually should be the case, is that sales and marketing is one of the last things that you outsource. Because, no one is going to care about your business quite like you do. So you want to make sure that whatever you're outsourcing first, you're still hanging on to sales and marketing in terms of making sure that you have the revenue coming in to continue to sustain and grow your team. But at some point, it makes sense to outsource to an expert in whatever that thing is that you're working on. Now, you still want to, I like to kind of think of it as like you still want to make sure that you're the one holding the reins overall on marketing. You never want to outsource something to an expert and just completely give it over, right? You want to let them do their thing because they are an expert. That's why you hired them. So do your research before hiring them. But then you still need to be involved. You still need to be making sure that you're doing in the rest of your business what you can to support what they're doing. And you still need to be paying attention to how things are going. Is that the right expert for you after all? And how long does it take to decide, if an agency or a freelancer is working or is not working for you? I mean, definitely give it at least 90 days. And that's why a lot of these companies have like a 90-day contract or something of that sort. It's not it's not to lock you in. Really, it's because they know that it can take 90 days to really get in and get any traction. They have to learn your brand and your business and your ideal customer. And again, there's just a lot of trial and error that goes into that. And just remember that ultimately, all of this is always all up to you, the CEO. You can have employees, you can have amazing experts that you've outsourced to, but at the end of the day, none of them can care more than you do about the success of your business and about the success of your marketing strategies. And you know what, when I think about investments, because I've certainly made a lot of investments to get to the point where I'm at now in business, and I feel like there's no such thing as a wasted investment, honestly, no matter how much it was. Some business investments, you get an ROI in money or time or other resources, right? But some, you get an ROI in an experience, lessons, and education. things that you could not have learned any other way that are now going to help you make better decisions, that are now going to help you run your business better, that are now going to help you see things in a different way. So it's never a wasted investment, but do make sure that you actually have the cash to burn. Don't shell out a lot of money on ads if that's going to mean that you can't pay your storefront, monthly mortgage, for example. Another note on retargeting, which we're going to have a separate post just about retargeting, but it's super effective. The click-through rate is 180.6% higher for retargeted users, meaning retargeting campaigns on average perform nearly 10 times better than a regular display ad campaign. And this only makes sense, right? I'm sure you guys have heard time and time again that somebody needs to see your stuff like 7 times before they actually purchase. So make sure that if you're working really hard, organically or paid, to drive traffic to your website, that you're also retargeting them. And there's, of course, when we talk about retargeting, there's actually paid and organic ways to retarget too, right? Which we'll talk about in that next post. But so think about, how are you continuing to have that conversation? But at least the retargeting, paid campaigns are a good option for when you're working really hard to drive that traffic. So there you have it. That's my scoop on paid advertising versus organic marketing. There's definitely a role for both in your biz, but the exact way you divide it up will depend on your business. There is no magic bullet. It is just something you have to figure out. But as CEO, having an amazing team behind me definitely makes all the difference. And paid ads can definitely help you scale your business. But my top tip is to really only get into that when you have the cash to spend on it. And you already have your proven store concept. Hopefully this was helpful. If you've got any questions at all, definitely hit us up. That's what we're here for. So leave a comment below. Cheers to your success, and I'll catch you here soon. And don't forget to subscribe. Need more? Check out the blog at hotmessblog.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel too. Cheers!